This video is all about the new Ovis 2.5 model, which is a multimodal large language model that's all about seeing and understanding the world at its native resolution thanks to its new core innovation, which is called as Native Resolution Vision Transformer. We have been covering this Ovis series for quite some time now, and they have been evolving steadily, if not earth-breakingly, and this new model is the same. It comes into two variants, 2 billion and 9 billion, and I'm going to install 9 billion model in this video and we are going to test it out. And by the way, Ovis is a genus of mammals that includes sheep and their wild relatives such as bighorn sheep and mouflon. So very interesting name for a model. Anyway, if you look at its architecture before I start the installation, unlike models that chop images into fixed size tiles, this Ovis 2.5 Navet processes images directly at their original variable size, perfect for reading dense documents, analyzing complex charts, or interpreting diagrams without any of the lossy tiling artifacts. I will be talking more about its architecture, but for now, let's get it installed. I am going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. Let me start few of the prerequisites, which is Torch and Torch Audio, Torch Vision. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. Also, I want to introduce you to the sponsors of the video. However, Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. And then we need to install transformers. And while that installs it, let's talk a bit more about its architecture. Now, as I was referring to earlier, what this model does is that its Navet processes images directly at their original variable size. And then it combines these rich visual embeddings with text via a standard LLM decoder that allows it to reason over both modalities. And you can see it is using Qwen 3 LLM, which is one of the finest LLMs in open source out there at the moment. The real magic lies in its advanced reasoning. It's trained not just on simple step-by-step thinking, chain of thought, but also on reflective reasoning, mean it can self-check its work and revise its answer during inference. And we will check it out. So you can use it for OCR, document analysis, and even image and video understanding too. Okay, let's go back. And everything is now installed. Next up, let me quickly show you the code. So they have provided the code in their Hugging Face model card. I have just put a Gradio interface on it. So this is a code which I have just put in Gradio interface. That's about it. It's the same code which they have shared on their model card. And what this code is going to do, it is going to download the model first, and then it will just launch a Gradio demo and we will access it in the browser. And I'm just going to launch this Python app.py. And the model is being downloaded. There are 4 shards of it, so let's wait. And the model is downloaded and is on our GPU now, and now we can access it on our localhost at port 7860. And there you go, Ovis is now running on our local system. Let me upload an image from my local system and then we will check it out. So I have uploaded this math image and I have enabled the deep thinking and all that stuff. And I'm going to ask it which option is the correct answer. Let's see. Let's click on send. It is thinking. Let's check out the VRAM consumption because the model is fully loaded onto our GPU. So it is consuming over 18 gig of VRAM, as you can see, and it is staying there. Let's wait. And it takes its sweet time when you enable the deep thinking, and then it also have some thinking budget here which you can specify. And it has taken its sweet time, but it has come back after like 3 minutes and it says that this is what it was thinking in chain of thought, and then the response is this and the answer is correct. So you see option A, which is totally correct. Well done. Okay, let's try out maybe another one. This time maybe I'll just go with some infographics. I'll just give it this um, photosynthesis image, and I'm going to ask it analyze this image and explain this process. And next this time I'm just going to disable this thinking budget. Let's see. There you see how fast that is. So it has understood the image and it is giving me this. I'm sure it is taking the same VRAM because the model fully is onto the GPU. No, it has jumped up a bit maybe. I'll just keep it open. There you go. So now if I quickly go through the output, it has done wonderfully well. It has described the process of photosynthesis very, very nicely. Well done. Okay, so you can see that not only it can do analysis of math, but also image understanding is quite correct. I'm sure it can do the multilingual one too. And then we can just go with something else. Maybe let's give it some weird question like why this person is sitting on a cloud. Let's see, let maybe make model think deeply around this question. And you see it is taking a bit of more time now. So it says that as part of a creative advertising strategy for this, cloud evokes feeling of imagination, relaxation, and otherworldliness. So using this whimsical backdrop, visually communicate the image customization offering. Look, I think that's a very, very good answer. What do you think? Okay, let's do another one. Next up, I'm giving it this chart where there are various models and benchmarks. I'll ask it, analyze this chart and tell which model is performing best on which benchmark. Let's see. Now you have enabled the deep thinking, because these sort of charting one, I would highly suggest you enable the deep thinking. Let's check the VRAM. I don't think so it will be too up. Yep, it is around 23 gig of VRAM now. So the more complex, it just jumps up a bit. But you can easily run this a full model on 24 GB of VRAM or under. And here is an interesting answer. So you see, not only it has produced English, but also it has thrown a lot of Chinese there, which I never said. And I don't see any Chinese in my image at all. Let's see it again. So this is my image. I don't see any Chinese at all. I know that it's a bilingual model, but still, I mean, why would you print Chinese here? Maybe we need to make our prompt better. But other than that, if I look, so that was primarily in the thinking. But if you look at the actual response, there is no Chinese at all. And the answer is correct. It says across most general knowledge benchmark, DeepSeek V3 achieves the highest score, and on specialized one, Cloud 3.5 Sonnet. The answer is spot on. But in thinking, maybe just like we humans do, we just revert to our native language anyway. So, but again, it can analyze the charts for sure. In the next test, what I'm going to do, I'm just giving it this image table where there are some journals and then there is circulation and comments. I'm asking it which journal has the lowest monthly circulation and why, and how it could be improved. Now, of course, the second and third question are totally off. So let's see what model comes up with. And here is the answer. Let's try it together. I'm just going to make the font bit bigger for you to also check it out. So you see, it is thinking, it is understanding what the table is, it is self-reflecting too. And you see that it has also corrected itself a bit. And then it is reading through the table again. Wait, there are a lot of weights there. And then you see, there you go. And then it is the response. It says which journal has the lowest monthly circulation. It has got it, this one at 6,000, which is correct. And now why it is low: historical relevance, limited market visibility, inadequate reach, and all that stuff. And then strategies are, these are the ones which are quite generic, but still I think it didn't refuse me. It is being very, very helpful, and all of these make sense, no doubt about that, especially this one. So pretty good answer. What do you think? Okay, next up, I'm asking it to do this handwritten OCR and also try to read the cross out words. Now this should be a bit harder. That is why I have just gone with deep thinking with the cross out words. Let's see what it does. And there you go. The model has again reverted the thinking into Chinese and English mix. But then the response is here where it has done the OCR pretty good. And then cross of words it has tried, but I think it didn't get it right, because you see this trying is do, but it has tried its best, no doubt about that. I will give it to the model. So now not only it does the images, it also does the video. Let me try it out with one of my own video. Okay, so this is just an AI generated video where I'm going to ask it explain the video, and then maybe I'll just fix the typo here. I should have start a new chat, but that's fine. Let's do it. Let's wait for it. I'm not sure if it is doing anything, but we will wait and see. Sorry, I'll just go up. It is thinking. Let's check the VRAM consumption. So for video, as was expected, it has gone to, over 48 gig of VRAM. Hopefully it won't give me out of memory error. Anyway, I will wait and see. I will also check it without thinking. And there you go. This is giving me out of memory error. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another video with higher GPU. Maybe I don't think so this is going to work on my 48 GB. Maybe I will upgrade courtesy massed compute, and we will make another video. But I think for images it is perfectly fine. No doubt about that. It has improved a lot from the previous versions. Let me know your thoughts. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.